welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Anika, and I'm back with another video. So today I will be talking about my experience. I got the first shot of the AstraZeneca vaccine, and boy, that was a whole experience. Still going to school. Sorry, he took the first shot. He's still going to school, and he didn't have any reaction whatsoever as well. So I went and took the vaccine, the first shot. The processing was really speedy, I must say, because I took it at Type V House Clinic in Montego Bay. And normally, when you go to Type V, it's normally a really lengthy process, but that one was really, took me about, between going there to getting through was like 35 40 to 45 minutes max, if it was that long. I had a 12 o'clock appointment. I went there like about 5 minutes to 12. I registered. They said okay, wait in that area. And after registration took about 5 to 10 minutes. After registration, I was sitting there for about 15 minutes max, and then someone called my name and told me to come over. I went over there. They brief us on what they will be doing, and that we need to take Panadol and drink a lot of fluids after we get the shot. And then afterwards, they give us a shot and say, hey, you have to sit for 15 minutes and before you can go. So after the 15 minutes, then you got the vaccination card and you can leave. Now for me, I had high hopes because I had a lot of errands to run that day. So when I took the vaccine, I had taken a painkiller before I took the vaccine. Before I leave home, I had taken a painkiller, a Panadol. So after I get the shot, I never took any more. So I went to work, pick up an item from work that I had to pick up, and then I left my workplace and I went to Westmoreland. I went to South, and then I left South and I went to Green Hill. And then in the evening, I left Green Hill and I went all the way to Newark. So that's like a whole lot of traveling. But while I was in Green Hill, I met up with my dad. He said, hey, you need to take a painkiller because you should have taken one after you got the shot. So I took a Panadol. And even when I reached home, I was okay. I was fine, pretty fine. I went home, I showered, I went to bed pretty early because I had to wake up early the next morning to leave with my father as well. So I went to bed somewhere between 8:30 to 9. But waking up in the middle of the night, I am not a quiet sleeper. I toss and turn for the entire night. Can't sleep one place for too long. I have to consistently be tossing and turning. That's how I sleep. So I'm sleeping and I'm turning. But when I try to turn to this side, there's a stabbing pain in my hand. Not automatically, that's gonna wake you up. So I opened my eyes and I felt my hand, and when I felt it was swollen and it was tender. So I'm saying, okay, I got the shot in my hand, so maybe that's the reason why it's feeling that way. But before I remember when I went home, my stepmom and my dad said to me, ensure that you bathe in hot water and make sure the water is as hot as you can bear it, and take it to bathe the hand that you took the shot in so that it don't give you any after effect. So that's what I did. Now waking up in the middle of the night to that amount of pain, you're thinking like, oh my god, what is this? So I'm saying, okay, I'm not gonna stress it. I'm just gonna turn to the other side and just not sleep on this side. My god, that was a mistake. I couldn't turn to left nor right. I couldn't even flip over to my belly. I was feeling pains and it was only at that point in time when I tried to turn that I started feeling the pains. I was feeling pains in some parts of my body that I had no idea that they existed. I said I was feeling pain from my neck straight down to the only thing I wasn't having any headaches. Thanks be to God for that. But from my shoulders all the way down to my foot was cramped. My knees was numb. I had joint pains in my right hand. And I was there tossing, and I'm like, okay, now you gotta go to the bathroom, so you gotta get up. And the bed that I was sleeping on is really high. So I have to like jump off the bed to get to the floor. That was a challenge. It took me about 10 minutes to finally get up to get off the bed. Because it's like fighting my body. I have to be pulling myself in order to get up. Just to get on the floor to go to the bathroom. That was a challenge. And when you think that, hey, that's the biggest challenge, then you realize that you can't move. My limbs won't allow me to move, to walk. I had to walk on my toes to get to the bathroom because my foot bottom was not allowing it. It said, not tonight. Not tonight, you're not walking on me. I had to go, when I practically walk on my toes to the bathroom, and that was a lengthy process. Like, it's about 5 to 10 steps from my bedroom to the bathroom, and it took me about 10 minutes to get to the bathroom. I had to stop, standing on my toes, holding onto the wall, stop, catch my breath, go back up on my toe point, and until I reach the bathroom. When I reached the bathroom and I sat down, it's like a breath of relief. You're saying, okay, you just need to get back in bed. Then you realize that you can't get up. I sat down and I literally could not get up. And I'm saying, okay, seems like I need to wake someone up. Should I call my dad? Should I call my stepmom? But then at the end of the day, you don't want to wake anybody out of their sleep. So you want to do this on your own. So I was in the bathroom fighting, trying to get up. I finally got up and going back to the room, I went to lie down, and then I realized that I was shivering, like trembling like I have ego, if you know what that means, like literally vibrating like I had a fever. I not even realized I had a fever until that moment. I was burning up, like literally burning up. I had the fan on, I had to turn the fan off, and I was still burning up. I was cold on the outside, but I was burning up, like my body was really hot. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna take another Panadol because that might help ease the pain a bit. So I took another Panadol, I drank a lot of water, and I took an extra blanket, and fighting to get back to bed again. I did the whole fighting process of me trying to climb back onto the bed. That was another long, lengthy process. But finally I went in, I reached in the bed, and I covered under the blankets. And lying down there, I'm saying to myself, okay, the pain is still gonna be there and it's hard, but you will soon fall asleep because the painkiller is gonna kick in sometimes soon, because the painkiller that I took makes you drowsy. So the moment you take it and it starts to kick in, you're gonna want to sleep. And I'm there lying down and I'm still feeling pains. And I'm talking, this was like in the back of my head, it can't be nothing less than 45 minutes. But I remembered when I took the tablet, I actually checked my phone and it was like 12:32, somewhere about there. So me lying in bed, I'm saying it's probably about an hour. It's supposed to kick in now. Even if I'm not, it's not making me drowsy. I shouldn't be feeling this amount of pain. So I'm like, okay then, this is not working. I have to get up. I got up and I look at the time. It was 1:46. 1:46. I was still in the same amount of pain. I was still burning up and I wasn't feeling drowsy. So I had paracetamols in my bag. I remembered, and I took one out. So paracetamol, the 500 milligram, that's like a really strong dosage, so you only need to take one. So I popped out one out of the packet and I took that one and I went to lie down. And when I lie down, I'm saying to myself, you're not supposed to be taking another tablet so quick you can get a drug overdose. But the pain was saying something else. But the paracetamol really helped because I know that shortly after I fall asleep, because I can't remember anything further than that. until it was the other morning when the paracetamol finally started wearing off. So I'm saying to myself, okay, it must be about 8, 9 o'clock now, because if me just a wake up, then it simply means that the time is way past. But I'm saying no, because my father would have woke me up by now, because they're leaving out at 5 a.m. So I'm saying, hold on, they're not gonna leave me, because they told me the night before that they're not leaving me because I'm in so much pain. And I had an incident previously where they tend to panic because of blackouts a few times previously before I took the vaccine. So leaving me by myself at home for an entire day, no, they're not gonna do that. So I'm saying, hey, what happened? So I got up and I woke up to pain again. When I woke up, I thought, as I said, take daylight. When I woke up in pain, I'm saying, okay, I guess the paracetamol will wear off by now. Only to find out that it's after 3. Dinner light yet. So me being me, I said, I'm not going back to bed, because it doesn't make any sense, because I'm still in pain. Going back to lie down in bed doesn't make any difference. I'm just gonna take a shower. So I took a hot bath, a really hot bath. Like when I was showering, I wondering, I'm saying to myself, wonder if the water is too hot, maybe it's gonna peel my skin off, or thing like that. But I got through that and put my clothes on, and then by that time, by the time I got ready and had all my things prepared to leave, that's when my parents woke up and started getting ready to leave. So it's like I'm already dressed and they're just getting ready. And that was like after we got ready and we're leaving, that's when I told them. They're saying, because they're saying, how come you get up so early and ready? It's not like you. You're normally the last one to get ready when we're leaving. How you ready so early this morning? And then that's when I told them that I didn't get much rest and the pains that I'm in. And my father's like, the relationship that we have will mock each other. So if something happened to you, brain man will go laugh for you even when I help him. That's just how we cope, you understand? So he was in the vehicle while it was driving, he was laughing. And he was saying that this happened to you because you're stubborn. And I'm like, stubborn for what? And he said, you should have took a painkiller after you took the vaccine. But I said I took one before. He said, no, you took one almost an hour before you went. You should have taken one after you got the shot. So I said, well, I don't think that's the reason why I'm in so much pain. I just think that this vaccine is not working with me. I feel that everybody have a different reaction. And for that, I must say that everybody react differently to things. I can tell you that I took about 6 to 7 packs of Panadol for just that day. Like I said, I think I'm on a drug overdose, honestly. Up until now, I'm still drinking a lot of water to try to flush my system from all the drugs that I took. So it's like even the 3rd day, that was the day after, that was like day 2, and rolling over into day 3, the pain, it wasn't as horrible as before, but it's still there. My hand, this is the hand that I took the shot in, and day 3 I couldn't do this. I definitely could not do that. That was definitely a no-no for me. Body was still cramped, tender. I started having headaches. I started feeling weak and woozy. So I'm saying to myself, no, there have to be something else. It could not just be the shot that's doing all of that to me. But when you look back at it, I don't have any other complaints at the moment. And I'm not doing this to discourage anyone. Don't get me wrong. I'm not discouraging anyone from taking their vaccine. If you have to get vaccinated, go ahead and do so. I'm just saying this to say that everybody's experience is going to be completely different. You can't live based on what other people say, because that is not always going to be the fact. It's not always going to be your fact, understand? You work for somebody doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. You have to face that yourself. So I already knew that previously, but this is just like a living testimony to say, hey, I've heard, because honestly speaking, if my mom's or my brother or anybody close that I knew had told me that they had gone through this, I don't think I would be making this video today, because honestly I would not have taken the vaccine. I'm sus. Definitely not. I would not, because I wouldn't want to be in the same position that they are in, because who likes pain? Nobody does. But it just goes to say that don't live or do things based off what you hear. You have to face things for yourself. You have to be in the moment, in the here and in the now. That is what you have to do. So if you find yourself in a situation where you have to make a decision, don't make the decision based off what somebody told you that happened to them. Make the decision based off you, what you think is good for you and what will work. And that is all that I have to say for today. Be safe. I will post another video when I take the second dose of the vaccine. I think it's 3 months apart for the AstraZeneca. So my next appointment should be sometime in January, I think. Didn't look at the date. I know it's sometime in January. It's my next, the second and final shot for the vaccine. I hope and I pray to God that I do not have to go through all of this that I have been through for the first shot. So I'm going to try it the way that my parents says for the second shot. I'm going to take it the moment I get the shots and they release me. I'm going to take it and see if I got a different result. But if I don't, then I'm just going to say that it was just a very bad experience for me, or it's just my body reacting to the chemicals, so something like that. But don't be discouraged because of what I've gone through, because it might not be the same for you. It could be one of the persons that was fortunate, like my mom, because she didn't feel anything at all. Nothing. When I asked her the evening that she took the first shots, how did she feel? She said she's quite fine. She's playing bingo and she doesn't feel any way. And for the second shot, it was the same thing. And she have an underlying illness. And I can't remember her saying that she took any painkillers. She drank a lot of fluid, a lot of water, coconut water, plain water. That's what she did, but she didn't take any painkillers. But she said she never had any reason to do so because she was not feeling any pain. And like I said, my stepmom said it makes her feel weak, so she lied down. My dad is the same. He said it gives him flu-like feelings. So what he does is for two consecutive days, he stays in bed as much as he can. Doesn't leave the house, doesn't do much. He just lie down and relax for the 2 days, drink a lot of fluid, eat and take the painkillers. But for me, I can't say the same because I was in pain for 3 consecutive days. And even though day 3 wasn't as horrible as day 1 or day 2, I guess it's wearing off on day 3, so that's the reason why it wasn't like that. But don't let this discourage you from taking your vaccine. Go ahead and get vaccinated if you have to get vaccinated. If you have underlying illnesses and you're unsure what to do, go see your doctor and let them advise you what to do and which one to do. Don't go based off what others say. Social media is a very wide world, and there is positive things out there, there is good things out there, and there's bad things out there. Don't live based off negativity, and don't take everything from social media because not everything is true. Do your own research. go to your doctor, ask questions, and get the right solution. If you're not one of the persons that wish to be vaccinated, hey, who am I to judge? I'm not pointing any fingers. Once upon a time, I told myself that I would never ever take the vaccine, but here I am today. People take it for various reasons. Some people take it because they don't really have no specific reason. They know that they're supposed to be vaccinated because that's what the Prime Minister says, and they just go ahead and take it. Some person take it because it's mandatory for their workplace, and some people take it because it's mandatory for the country. Like, hey, I'm living in Jamaica, and while it's not mandatory yet for the country, and it's some workplaces, it's mandatory for some workplaces, but not all. For me, it's not. The company does not tell you that you have to be vaccinated. I'm not sure about further down in time. Yes, you should take the vaccine. And persons from my workplace do get vaccinated because they're working in office. But for me, I'm working from home, so it's not mandatory for me yet to take the vaccine. But hey, I'd rather take it early than be in the late batch because I don't like deadlines. Hence why I took it this early. But at the end of the day, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you have doubts, please go to your doctor, visit your physical physician, and ask the right questions. Ask them which one you can take, which one you should take, based on your health. If you are healthy and good to go, and you want to go ahead and take your vaccine, go ahead and do so. Don't be discouraged because of what you hear somebody in your background says, because that will not work. So on that note, I will be signing out for today. It was Onika, and please don't forget to like, share, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post another video. So until next time, peace out. Bye.